In the black December of 1900, a light that should have cut through the Atlantic dark went missing. 3 lighthouse keepers vanished from the Flannan Isles. No one saw them leave. No one heard a cry. On Boxing Day, a relief boat reached the rock. The light was out. The island was silent. Battered iron rails and torn ropes showed only one thing. The sea had been angry. This is a story of duty, fear, and a single moment on a cliff when water rose higher than it should, and 3 men did not come home. James Ducat stands at the window as the wind shakes the glass. He has known many storms, but this one feels heavy and wrong, like a long breath held by the ocean. He counts waves without thinking, the way a man counts seconds in a prayer. Each crash climbs higher. Somewhere below, iron groans. Inside the lighthouse, life is plain and exact. Brass is polished. Wick is trimmed. The lens is clean. In this small world, order means safety. Ducat's hands move with habit. Check the lamp, note the weather, update the log. He tells the younger men to eat when the work is done. The lamp will be lit at the right hour. It is a simple promise to strangers out at sea. We will guide you home. The storm builds over days. Ships later say they did not see the light after the middle of the month. Inside, the men hear the west landing take the worst of it. That landing is a lifeline. Cranes, boxes for ropes, the place where supplies come in. If the gear breaks, the next relief may fail. Ducat feels the pull of duty. He thinks, we'll check it when there's a break. The break does not come. When the wind dips for a short hour, he decides. Someone has to go down. On the west side, the world is white water and black stone. Iron rail is bent. A rope box high above the sea is smashed and empty. It means waves have climbed to places they should not reach. Ducat sees it. He knows what it means for the tender that will come. He and 1 man go to secure what they can. He keeps his eye on the sea, on the crane, on the lines, on the world that can take a man in a heartbeat. A roar rises, not close, but everywhere at once. Foam jumps the cliff. There is no time to shout. Later, when people read about missing men in a dark lighthouse, they will ask, why did the principal keeper go down during a storm? But in that life, duty is simple. You protect the landing. You protect the next boat. You protect the light. The official report will conclude the obvious. An extraordinary sea rose and swept the keepers away. There will be no bodies, no final words. Only bent iron and the quiet of a lamp that never burned that night. Thomas Marshall runs his hand along a twisted rail and feels how strong iron can bend when the sea decides to speak. He listens to the surge against rock. It sounds like the inside of a drum, deep and steady. He does the math in his head. Wave height, run up, wind direction. None of it is good. Thomas is the second assistant, the younger man on this rotation. He learns by doing. He cleans the lens. He maintains the gear. He takes weather notes. He respects Ducat's calm voice. In the rare quiet moments, he scribbles small reminders to himself. On this station, routines are the thin line between calm and panic. Days without relief weigh on him. The storms keep the tender away. Each hour, the job grows. Check fuel. Check lines. Check the hook at the landing. He remembers stories from other stations, how one storm can tear your work from its bolts. He feels the pressure in his chest. A man can do everything right and still lose to water and wind. They go down to the west landing to secure the damage. He focuses on simple tasks. Coil, not lash. He spots a lifebuoy's line. It is torn, not untied. The sea hits in patterns, then breaks the pattern without warning. He looks left for a second to signal to Ducat. In that breath, the ocean pulls the ground from under them. The world becomes a moving floor, and then no floor at all. Later, people will build fictions about strange notes and whispered prayers in a logbook. Those words do not exist in the record. All that remains is his name and the inspection notes that talk about twisted iron and a smash box set high above the sea. The sea does not sign its work. It just leaves clues. Donald MacArthur notices the missing oilskins only when it is too late to care. Someone has gone out. The wind pushes against a stone like a living thing. He stands, senses that something is wrong, and runs without thinking. The door slams behind him. His thick coat still hangs on its peg. He is a relief man, filling in for another keeper. He may not be as polished as a careerman, but he knows the coast and he knows fear when he hears it. By habit, he checks the lamp trimmings and helps where he can. He keeps food simple and hot when the weather allows. He is the kind of person who moves first and talks later. No relief ship for days. The storm is mean and loud. He hears a sound in the break between gusts. Maybe a shout, maybe only the sea playing tricks. He looks at the hook where a lifebuoy should be. He sees the empty line. His mind makes a picture. 2 men at the landing and something wrong. He goes out without his oilskins. The coast path is slick. Salt spray needles his eyes. At the ledge, he sees 2 figures with a white spray and dark rock blur into one. He steps forward with his arms up to brace. The next wave is not a wave but a wall, rising blind over cliff edge. It takes all 3 men in one brutal, clean motion. The water leaves the ledge as if it was never there. Stories will later dress MacArthur in rough colors. Angry man, fighter, hothead. Records do not prove this. What the island shows is simpler. 1 set of oilskins left on the peg. The image is plain. A man saw trouble and ran. He did not waste time on a coat. He went to help. He never came back. On December 26th, the tender Hesperus arrive at Eilean Mor. The sea is calmer, but the wind still remembers. No flag on the pole. No man on the steps. The light is dark. Joseph Moore is put ashore. The island greets him with gulls and the hollow echo of the sea inside the rocks. He climbs the stairs inside the tower. The place is tidy. Beds are unmade. The lamp equipment is clean. 1 clock is stopped, as if time itself ran out of winding. He looks for any sign of a struggle. He finds none. He looks for a hot meal left half eaten. He finds none. That later tale will belong to poems, not to this cold room. He calls their names and hears only wind. Moore steps out to the west, landing with a small party from the tender. What he sees makes his stomach sink. Iron rail bent. A box for mooring ropes, set high above sea level, smashed and empty. A lifebuoy missing, its line torn. No man could break this by hand. Water did this. Violent, high and fast. Joseph understands in a slow, spreading way. The sea rose higher than any of them thought possible. It came in a moment. It took 3 men, and then it left no trace a man could follow. He walks back to the tower and feels the weight of that empty space. His report will be calm. His voice on the boat home will not be. The news spreads along the coast, then across the mainland. Newspapers print worry and wonder. A poem will make the story famous. As years pass, the tale swells with invention. Strange prayers in the log, a half-eaten meal, a disappearing boat. Joseph's own notes are humble and clear. They say only what he saw, an empty tower, quiet rooms, and the marks of a heavy sea. Robert Muirhead leaves the shore station with a knot in his chest. He knows these men. He has inspected this rock. He goes to the island to read it like a clock whose hands have stopped. He will not chase ghosts. He will measure. He moves a methodical circle. Tower, storerooms, both landings. He notes what any keeper would have noted. Clean lamp kept rooms, ordinary tools where they should be. He sees 1 set of oilskins left inside. He writes down every small detail. The job of an inspector is to remove drama and leave only cause. At the west landing, he studies the pattern of damage. Bent rail, crane disturbed, rope box high on the rock, smashed and emptied by waves. Lifebuoy torn away. He stands near the edge and looks down. He imagines a moment. 2 men at work, a 3rd rushing to help. Procedure says 1 man must stay in the tower, but rule can be fragile when gear's at risk and seas are strange. Muirhead sends his report. It is direct. The men were swept off the west landing during or just after the mid-December storms by an extraordinary sea, what we might now call a rogue wave or extreme surge. The pattern fits. The timing fits. There is no contrary sign. This is not a puzzle with a missing piece. It is a tragedy with no witness. The public hears the official answer and keeps asking for another. People prefer mysteries to mechanics. Yet the lighthouse board tightens fittings, reviews rules, and carries on. The light will shine again. The legend will grow faster. Hold the island in your mind. Small black rock, big white tower. 3 men bound by routine, by the cold geometry of the lens, by the comfort doing things right every time, no matter the weather. Listen for their footsteps in that narrow stairwell. Feel the pause before a door opens. See the stone path to the west landing, wet and slick, where the ocean breathes against the cliff and watches for a misstep. Now put yourself on that ledge and let the rhythm trick you. 1 wave, 2, 3, and then the 4th is not a wave at all, but a wall. Strong men become light. Rules become nothing. Wind swallows names. The sea closes over and smooths itself, as if to say there was never anyone there. There are places where the world is thin, and the old forces are close. Eilean Mor is one of them. The keepers of Flannan did not vanish into magic. They vanished into the water. Their story is not about a haunted rock. It is about the quiet courage of people who stand between danger and the rest of us, who keep a light burning until the wind blows it out of their hands. On some nights, far out in the Hebrides, you can still see that beam sweep the dark. It is not a ghost. It is a promise.
Like and subscribe.